Hello everyone and welcome to a book talk for a library book that has since gone back to the library, so I will insert an image of the cover. And today I will be talking about Above the Fire by Michael O'Donnell. This was published in 2023. It is set during the month of October and it takes place in New Hampshire. This is a standalone book. It is it's a dystopian thriller, and it is classified as an adult novel. I did listen to the audiobook while I read along to this. The audiobook I got from Everand, and it was narrated by Robert Fass, I'm guessing is how it is said, or Foss, I'm guessing Fass. It was 7 hours and 39 minutes on standard one-time speed. This book is told in third person. For this one, we are following a man with his son, and his son is 7 years old. The father is 21. The man's name is Doug. His son's name is Tim. So they decide to go up into the mountains with a group of people to go hiking and spend the night at like a cabin in the woods. So they're out going on this adventure together. And there starts to be some strange things going on as far as the leader of this group, and that are over like the safety of people that manage the cabins there in the woods. They are starting to and are losing connection to people further down the mountain, and it is not due to there being a poor signal. There is something going on. So people kind of start freaking out because there is no Wi-Fi, which you're in the mountains, you know, but evidently in this area you're supposed to have Wi-Fi connection. Same thing with cell connection, and nothing, calls aren't going through, the Wi-Fi is not connecting, they're not reaching anyone, like even from like ranger station to ranger station, they can't communicate. So someone has taken screenshots, and they do find out basically there was an attack on the United States and there is no power. The United States has lost power. No power for like refrigerators, for medical stuff. There is absolutely no power. So you can't call people, you can't text, you can't, this is back to the before televisions ever existed. You want light, you use a candle and go by daylight type of a situation. You need heat, you're bundling up. So people in this group, some have decided to try to flee to Canada because Canada still has power. This attack was solely on the United States, and other people have decided to try to go home to be with their family and help their family through this hard time, and things like that. So there has been chaos. There was mention of a Walmart being burned down, and I imagine if that were to ever happen, one, it would be devastating to many people and life-threatening because of the people that are on life-saving ventilators and things like that in real life, that it would just have devastating consequences. And I can imagine a lot of panic. I mean, you look at the panic that set in at the beginning of COVID-19 with starting to shut down. I think if we were to have an attack that would shut down all of our electricity and the power grid of the United States would go completely black, I think there would be even more panic. So, yeah, that's what this is. And so people have left, and then the rest of the time we are following Doug as he is helping his son Tim, trying to shelter Tim as far as making sure his son doesn't start to panic. Wants to make sure his son is still learning things, so he tries to do like a makeshift school for just his son. And again, this starts out in October, but then winter comes, and it goes through a couple of months of them being stuck in a kind of a resort cabin type thing. It's more of a resort, and trying to survive the winter in the mountains. So very much an isolated setting, and that's what the book is about. Are they going to survive? And when their food supply starts to dwindle, what are they going to do? Are they going to hike to another resort? Or are they going to try to hike back down the mountain into town to see what's going on there, if they can get food? what's going to happen. And so it's just about their survival. So that is the book. As far as your content and your trigger warnings, isolated setting can be one for some people, but the biggest content and trigger warnings I could find is that there was a lot of mentions of loss of a loved one. For one person, it's a loss of a partner. For another person, it's something else. So there is loss of a loved one. You also have some gore. There is blood mentioned, not heavy gore, but there is some light gore in there. My edition that I read from the library was 225 pages. Now, in case you are still on the fence, we have the following words, if this is going to sway you to go ahead and pick up the book or to avoid it. The following words are, we have the name Jesus twice, not in religious context. The word God once, not in religious context. Hell once. Damn once. The name Christ one time used religiously, one time not religiously. The word fuck once. And then God does come up 2 more times used in religious context. The word suicide once and bullshit once. So the language, very tame from a lot of books that I have picked up before. As far as your representation, a lot of it is going to be up to your imagination. The only representation I could find that was explicitly stated was Danish. And that is it. Definitely let me know if you have read this book. Is this one that you are interested in picking up or not? Definitely let me know. Talk to me in the comment section below. Oh, before I do let you go, I almost forgot. We've got to read about the author because it's a library book. I need to go to Goodreads for that. Let's pull this up. Above the Fire. Again, Michael O'Donnell. And, okay, here we go. Author profile. There is nothing. So it just has the author picture and then the book. So this is the only book the author has out, and there is no bio for the author as of right now. So I guess I will leave it at that. So until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later.